Imagine this. You come home from a long business trip, exhausted, dreaming of nothing but peace, only to find your apartment trashed. Wine bottles scattered across the floor, strangers' clothes in your bathroom, and your most private journal wide open for everyone to see. And the worst part? The person who betrayed you wasn't a stranger. It was my own sister. If you've ever been stabbed in the back by someone you trusted the most, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because this is one of the most painfully satisfying revenge stories you'll ever hear. My name's Olivia, and until recently, I thought betrayal came from enemies, not family. I had just returned from a week-long work trip, suitcase still dragging behind me, when I unlocked the door to my apartment. The smell hit first. Stale wine, cheap perfume, sweat. My heart sank before I even stepped inside. The living room looked like a war zone. Empty bottles clinked under my shoes as I walked in. Someone's red high heels were tipped over on my couch. A jacket I didn't recognize was thrown over my dining chair. My sanctuary, my home, wasn't mine anymore. And then I saw it. On the coffee table, lying wide open for anyone to read, was my journal. The one place I poured my deepest thoughts, my fears, my secrets. Pages curled from spilled wine, ink smeared like blood. I froze. My chest tightened. I whispered out loud, "Who did this?" But a part of me already knew. My sister, Emily. Emily had always been the golden child in our family. Loud, carefree, reckless. Meanwhile, I was the quiet one, the responsible one, the one who followed rules. She used to mock me, call me boring Olivia. But I never thought she'd cross this line. The confirmation came hours later. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. In fact, she laughed. "Oh, come on, Liv. You weren't even here. The place was perfect for a little party. Don't be so dramatic." I stared at her, my voice shaking. "You went through my journal. That wasn't your right." She smirked. "Relax. Nobody cares about your little secrets." Honestly, it was kind of funny. Her words stung worse than knives. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I found out the real betrayal. My parents knew. They had given her the keys. My own parents had handed my sister permission to violate my home. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, a storm raging inside me. Anger, humiliation, disbelief. My own blood had betrayed me, and the people I trusted to protect me enabled it. Something inside me broke, and in that crack, revenge was born. The next morning, Emily waltzed into my apartment again like she owned the place. That's when it hit me. She didn't just see this as a one-time mistake. She thought she could use me, walk over me, and laugh while doing it. But she underestimated me. I started small, quiet, strategic. While she bragged to her friends about crashing at her sister's pad, I collected evidence. Photos of the mess, screenshots of texts, even recording of her admitting she had a key and permission from our parents. Meanwhile, I made a plan. First, I changed the locks. She showed up 2 days later, pounding on the door, furious. "Open up, Liv. Why'd you change the locks?" I opened the door just a crack, smiling sweetly. "Oh, didn't I tell you? The landlord required it. Safety rules. You know, adult stuff." Her face turned red. She knew she'd lost access. But I wasn't done. I started dropping subtle hints in conversations with our parents, planting seeds, talking about how unsafe the building felt lately, mentioning how the landlord was strict about guests, and how tenants could be fined thousands for unauthorized parties. It didn't take long. Within a week, those seeds blossomed into full-blown panic when the landlord called my parents directly. Someone had reported noise complaints during the week I was gone. And guess who was responsible? Emily. My parents were furious. Their perfect golden child exposed. But still, it wasn't enough for me. I wanted her to feel the way I felt. Stripped of dignity. Betrayed. Alone. So I waited until her birthday. She was planning a big bash at a rented venue. Dozens of friends, music, the works. I showed up with a smile, hugged her, wished her happy birthday. And then I pulled out a projector. I had compiled every piece of evidence into a neat little slideshow. photos of the trashed apartment, screenshots of her mocking texts, the audio clip where she bragged about my journal. And I played it, right there, in front of everyone. The room went dead silent. Faces turned. Whispers started. Emily's smile faded as the truth of her betrayal echoed across the speakers. Her eyes darted to me, wide with panic. "Turn it off. Olivia, stop," she screamed. But it was too late. Her friends looked at her differently now. The golden child wasn't golden anymore. She was a selfish, cruel liar who betrayed her own sister. And in that moment, as tears welled up in her eyes and she stormed out her own party, I felt it. Relief. Power. Justice. For weeks after, Emily barely spoke to me. My parents tried to sweep it under the rug. But the damage was done. Her reputation was shattered. The friends she once bragged to, most of them drifted away. And me? I finally had peace in my apartment again. My journal safe. My space mine. Betrayal hurts most when it comes from family. But sometimes, the sweetest revenge isn't just payback. It's showing people they can't break you. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the worst betrayal you've ever experienced? And of course, subscribe for more stories where karma comes back harder than anyone expects.